You know what's funny? I'm the one who's supposed to be nervous. I'm the one that's actually having a match tonight, man. Why do you look more nervous than me? Listen, man, don't let those deep, dark thoughts get to you. They're wrong. I trust you with my life, and I know you'll do what's best and what's right. And it's definitely helping me put an end to them, right? Yeah, yeah, man, of course. Absolutely. Listen, Oos, you don't have to do any of this, man. This could we can walk past this. We can actually get away from this. I don't have to do this, but I will. And I am, and I'm going to put an end to all of this. All of this hangs on the balance. The entire industry, the entire company. Just like you said, Oos, just don't come out there tonight, okay? Well, alright, my dog. Alright. I see you when you get here, especially when you get that title, Oos. Yeah.
Introducing the challenger from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 212 pounds, Sami Zayn! And his opponent from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 254 pounds, the WWE Intercontinental Champion, the Scottish Warrior,
two amazing athletes, even though they had the utmost hatred for each other, even though they think that one and each other goals are absolutely idiotic and stupid towards one another, but that's a different points of different perspectives as they put on a war. They fight on the outside of the ring, and Sammy throws Drew straight into those harsh, steel cold steps, and Drew uses that, fuels that, makes that pure motive. That's why he targets Sammy's ribs and he throws him into the barricade. And he's absolutely thrashing Sami Zayn here at this point until Sami Zayn musters up the courage as he gets thrown into the ring. He comes back out straight immediately with a dive, and then he brings back an old school classic, a dive straight through the ring post, straight with a DDT. Sammy is giving his all in this match, showing why he's the resilient, the most outstanding superstar on this roster today. And he hits an exploder suplex. And then he's charging up the haluva kick. He's signaling that the end literally might be the end for Drew McIntyre, his title reign, and possibly the whole entire hierarchy that Azrael has for Drew McIntyre. But he runs straight into a headbutt. And Drew wins back in old school himself and hits an Alabama slam using the ropes as an assistant. And then Drew sets up Sammy for a huge top rope move, setting up his lifeless corpse, his lifeless body on top of the top rope. But Sammy reverses that into a huge cold red from the top rope, and that's a huge close fall. I'm talking about the closest near fall you ever see post tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And Drew gets up and goes for a huge move versus Sami Zayn, but Sami Zayn reverses that and hits a huge blue thunderbomb for another near fall. Drew is literally beating the living daylights out of Sami Zayn to a bloody pulp. And he puts Sami Zayn not only through a table, but diminishing his career by so many years just from that one move through the table. Stay down, Sammy. Stay down, or your career finally ends. Sami Zayn is not a quitter, he is a warrior, and he's getting up and he's fighting back, and they go blow for blow, and Sammy wins that exchange, and he hits a suplex to Drew McIntyre, and another variation of a suplex. It might be a German, and then another suplex, and Drew is dazed. and Sami Zayn gets him dazed enough to where he's lingering in the corner, and Sami Zayn hits a huge haluva kick, and then he hits another haluva kick, and he's going for the pinfall. That might be the end for Drew McIntyre. 1, 2, and not only can Sami Zayn not believe it, the crowd can't believe it. And he's setting Drew to go up on that top rope for that top rope brainbuster, but Drew reverses that and hits a huge, nasty, devastating strike to a future shock DDT, and that leaves Sami Zayn lifeless at this point. And he goes for a Claymore, but Sami reverses that to a huge surprise roll up, and that makes Drew McIntyre not only surprised but confused that he kicks out extremely fast and hits a huge Claymore kick out of nowhere, and he's pissed. And then makes a statement by hitting another, and it's over. And he pins him for the 1, 2, 3. No, that's no.
Don't worry. Let's just say it's only temporary.
Even if it is temporary, why the hell is it him? Out of all people on this roster, he's no better than that Punk or Roman. I even let Paul come back and run this, but why him? Doing everything for you, for the world. I want to create something that no one can. You won't understand now, but when and will the time comes, everything will be open to you. And take it how you will, even now, at that very moment, at that decision, that moment is yours. Thank you. All of this, until that time comes, I will make them fear the name Azrael. you and your brother prepare, because either one of you will lose and fall to the ring general. I'll be the one you will have to worry about, Gunther, not him. Johnny, please don't take this lightly. This isn't a game. This isn't one of those, are you really trying to talk some sense into me right now, Cody? Save it. Maybe they're right. All of this is actually your fault. You led him here to do all this and you left us to clean it up. This is your mess. And now while you're over there on SmackDown trying to play champion, we're over here fighting for our lives, for the industry that you are ruining. Hold on, that I'm ruining? Matter of fact, I saved this company from the Bloodline's tyranny. I actually helped you to get to a petty position, because if the Usos were tag team champions to this day, you wouldn't have even got the chance to be a... You know what? I'm sorry. Because it was never like that. And it's not going to be like that, Johnny. Oh, really? It was never like that. The whole entire time it was never like... Look around you, Cody. Think about who's champion and who helped you get there. Azrael was on NXT back in the black and gold days, this would have proved Triple H's theory that he does have a keen sense of recruiting talent because these two go on a mini tear. This is the main event both of these two rightfully deserves, and Gargano brings it back to his Johnny wrestling days, his Johnny takeover days, and he hits amazing dives, and so does Azrael. These two go for springboard. These two tear the house down, like I said, in amazing reversals, but Azrael looks like he's enjoying it, like he's mimicking someone that Gargano had problems with a long time ago, or someone who's very close to King. And Azrael hits a huge Ushigurushi neckbreaker and taunt like Adam Cole, baby. And Gargano runs at him, and a black mass connects out of nowhere. And Azrael taunting, sitting in the middle of the ring, just like the past foes that Johnny has dealt with back in the past. And he's begging and waiting for Johnny Gargano to get up.
Can you dance, little one? You want to move on from the past? Show me. Show me why you did what you had to do to champion. Why you were NXT champion. Why you were NXT North American champion. Show me the way. Where is Johnny Taker?
These two go back at the war. They go blow for blow after Johnny gets up and he wins that exchange. And he hits a springboard spear while Azrael is dazed, and he goes to the top rope. But he dives up, but a super kick from Azrael has Johnny Gargano dazed, and he picks him up and hits an attack Saka from Austin Theory. He stole that from yet another person from Johnny Gargano's past, and it's a very, very close fall. And Azrael goes top rope, and he hits going for a 630, reminiscent of Ricochet and Gargano. Hits a huge Canadian destroyer leading to a huge close. Oh! Gargano picks up Azrael, goes for a super kick, but Azrael catches that and tries to hit Ciampa's submission hold, by Gargano, the will, the fighter, the man that he is. He fights out, hits a super kick out of nowhere, and hits his own finishing move. And it goes for 1, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new world champion. Oh! Azrael kicks up, but he gets up very quickly. Gargano goes for that Gargano escape, and Drew comes down, but Ciampa stops him dead in his tracks. And Azrael laughs, is echoing through the arena.
That's it. Keep dancing. That's it, Mr. Takeover. But how long can you dance before you're out of moves?
As will, like the fiend, the darkness that he is, fights out. And as will reverses Gargano's next moves and hits a huge standing stomp on Johnny Gargano, reminiscent to Finn Balor. And he hits a huge last shot, reminiscent of Adam Cole.
Are you done?
As Azrael picks him up going for another move, Gargano reverses and hits a huge finishing move on Azrael for a extremely 2.999 close near fall. And Gargano goes for another, but Azrael just stands there, mocking him, tightening him. And as Gargano rushes towards him, Azrael sits his ass down with a huge signature move, and Gargano looks like he's down and out for good. Stop this already, stop!
Finished, are we? You're not worthy to see twilight.
You stopped him. You stopped your glorious friend from reaching his potential, his limits. So what I did was save my friend. I stopped you from ending his career. I told you. He saved you. You know what's funny? I want you to really open your eyes, John. Stop being selfish for one goddamn minute and look, your brother tried to stop you from the end. The end of what? I tried everything. I tried every outcome. I thought of every possibility. I tried. I've tried to win. As life goes on, sometimes the end is very closer than we think. And in order to get ahead in life, you gotta get rid of everything holding you back. Sometimes, Johnny, you gotta do it yourself.